Hello and welcome to a very special video celebrating 120 years of McColl's. I'm speaking to you today from our new retail support centre here in Brentwood in Essex. And when we designed this space, we wanted to celebrate our proud heritage, which is why all over the building you'll find references to our founder, Robert McCall, affectionately known as Toffee Bob. Now, Robert was arguably Scotland's first ever football superstar. He was a tremendous passer of the ball and a prolific goal scorer. Indeed, he scored a hat-trick against each of the home nations representing Scotland.
Here it comes, and McCall drives the ball into the net to make it 4-1.
He was the greatest centre forward in the world from the 1890s to the 1900s. He was the Pele of his day.
Wales have been stunned by a magnificent performance by Scotland, 5 of the goals coming in the second half, and 3 of them scored by R.S. McCall.
Now, Robert played his football for Rangers, Queen's Park and Newcastle United. In fact, it pains me to say, as a Sunderland supporter, that it's thanks to Newcastle United that we have a business today. Why is that? Well, Robert used part of his £300 signing on fee for Newcastle United in 1901 to found with his brother his first 3 confectionery shops in Glasgow. By the 1930s, the R.S. McCall business had grown to 180 stores, many of them sited next to cinemas. He sold out to Cadbury's at that time, but carried on running the business for another decade. And it's there that we lose the trail a bit.
My brother and I found this a great adventure, and we enjoyed every minute of negotiating for premises and adding to the organisation.
So I can pick up the story again in 1998. At that time I was finance director of a newsagent business called Four Boys, and we bought another newsagent business that year called Martin's. And Martin's was the then owner of the R.S. McCall stores up in Scotland. It wasn't until a few years later, in 2006, that we chose McColl's as the new name for all our convenience stores. And the rest, as they say, is history. Alongside our Martin's newsagents, we now have over 1,000 stores bearing the McColl's name. You know, one thing that hasn't changed in all that time is our desire to give great customer service to the communities that we serve. And where better to hear about that than where it all began, up in Scotland.
Thanks for that, Jonathan. Up here in Scotland, we are so very proud of our McColl's heritage, and in our branch here in Uddingston 2495, we have a combined total of a length of service of 65 years.
The highlight of my McColl's career would be starting off as a paper boy in the old Bowness site, and now becoming the store manager here at our new build site in Bowness. My colleagues and I have got a combined service of 92 years between us.
Here in Newton Hill, we've got 94 years service between all my 10 colleagues, where we've proudly served the community all that time. So now I'm going to pass the ball back to England for them to continue the celebrations.
Today I've come to Canvey Island to mark a wonderful achievement, and that's a 50-year service by Eddie Cooper, which he reached on the 1st of July earlier this year. So I'm delighted to say congratulations, Eddie, and to hand you your long service certificate and a little gift to mark the occasion. Many congratulations.
Thank you very much. Lovely.
Now, as part of the 120-year celebration, I'd like to set you a challenge. We're looking for the McColl's Keepy Uppy champion. Wouldn't it be brilliant if someone could do 120? We've asked James here from the Retail Support Centre to set the bar. Post your videos on MConnect if you can beat James. Go for it, James. 3. 21, 22, 23, 24, 24! Can you beat 24? Well done, James. What a brilliant standard to set. I guess you want to know what the prize is. Well, the prize is £120 in Love to Shop vouchers for the colleague that can do the most keepy uppies. Get those videos on MConnect. Now, let's get back to the story. And I'm delighted to introduce Paul, who's the current historian of Newcastle United.
I'm Paul Jonew. I'm Newcastle United's official historian, and I've been associated with the club for just about 40 years in that title, and know an awful lot about Bob McCall, who was one of our early players. He was very slightly built, lightning fast, liked to play football, and made sure that the side played a team game, a possession style of football. And the Newcastle Evening Chronicle noted at the time that he was something like a compound of a philosopher, scientist and artist on the football field. His brother Tom McCall was also at St James's Park. He had a spell with the club when Bob was there. He came down from Glasgow for season 1902 and 3. Now he returned to Glasgow to concentrate on the new business that Bob and Tom had created, making sweets, and that soon flourished, of course, into the famous R.S. McCall chain.
Well, I hope you found that as fascinating as I did. A rich history indeed. And in fact, Phil Charlton Ward has got hold of a 1920s R.S. McCall assorted toffee tin, which I'm holding here now. You know, we can all be very proud of our heritage and the fact that we are the current custodians of this business. Thank you all for the fantastic work that you do for McColl's today. You're laying the foundations for the next 120 years of success for this business. You know what? Thank you, Bob. I'm going to have a toffee. Cheers.